So, very good morning to one and all gathered here. Welcome to one presentation, Bloom's taxonomy, one of the most important and to be used for educating the students. Most of the higher level technical institutions nowadays, every academician are motivated to use the Bloom's taxonomy method, classroom teaching learning process for the students' upliftment, both in career and also their personal lives. So these are the overall agenda about the today's presentation. And let us start with the basic introduction concepts on Bloom's taxonomy. What exactly that means, Bloom's taxonomy, and who is the father of Bloom's taxonomy? So Benjamin Bloom. So he introduced this concept in 1956. So he's the educational psychologist. So he experimented the different psychometric learning potential of students. According to the different learning caliber of the students, he has defined the 6 levels of learning platforms in classroom teaching and learning method. And these are the 6 different levels of learning has been given in graphical illustration. And now we are going to see all the 6 different kinds of learning outcomes, how we can apply according to the different situation of learning. Everything we are going to discuss in the following slides. First one is the lower order thinking skills. Remember, every student, before when they are begin to learn any subject, first thing is capacity of remembering or recalling the concepts that are given in the subject. So without remembering, we cannot learn the remaining stage of learning outcomes. So we have to fulfill the remembering stage, then understanding. If the student is capable of able to remember the concept, the next thing is try to differentiate and understand what exactly the concept says. The next one is applying. After understanding the concept, student will try to test or execute through applying the idea in any real-time projects. And the fourth one is analyzing. After getting the results from the project, we will try to analyze the output various level, how to further improve in future. Last but one is evaluating, making fair judgments based on different criteria and standards through effective checking and critical questioning. Last one is creating. So in this stage, students can enhance new pattern of idea for further future scope in their studies. Say for example, research project or whatever may be the thing. So they have to advance their level of knowledge and learning skills in the last 6th stage. How Bloom's taxonomy can be very much helpful in preparing the course design. I mean lesson plan. Every teacher will have a lesson plan before commencement of the course. So in the lesson plan, there are certain do's and don'ts has to be followed by every course instructor while preparing the lesson plan. Say for example, unit 1, So, what will be the course outcome of Unit 1 in a particular subject? And similarly, course outcome of Unit 2, 3, 4, and 5. Identify the action verbs that are used to describe the learning outcome of every unit. Say, for example, understanding, applying, defining. So these are the different action verbs that are used to describe the learning outcome. You have to designate these action verbs while writing the learning outcome by proper highlighting. Now, Bloom's taxonomy very much helpful in making learning outcomes for effective classroom teaching. So here a simple example has been given. At the end of every lesson, so the students will try to have the ability to understand the difference between, say, for example, the molecular structure of water and the hydrogen. So this outcome is nothing but understanding. Next to remembering. If the student want to shift their learning outcome to analyzing stage, then further they have to explore the possible knowledge to study the depth information on the chemical structure of water and hydrogen. So this comes under analyzing work. So a teacher responsibility is to make the student to think right from the remembering stage to analyzing stage and then keep on moving forward to the advanced stage like evaluating, creating and developing the idea. How Bloom's taxonomy improves the quality of teaching learning and how it will retain the student interest towards the course taught by the teachers. A teacher can plan in a semester. A teacher can plan by doing some classroom activities like conducting quiz, role play, small mini projects, proctored exam. So these are the different way in which we can able to uplift the quality of the course by implementing the Bloom's taxonomy method in the classroom activity. What are the steps to make an effective writing of learning outcomes? First, rule number 1, make sure are you using one measurable verb in each learning outcome. And try to make a consistency in defining your learning outcome to be more measurable, clear, and concise. And at the same time, test your students' knowledge by framing the questions related to remembrance, understanding, applying, etc. And check the level of ability whether the students has attained all the 6 different kinds of learning potential in them or not. And here comes a small example how to write a course level outcome. This subject comes under management, business administration, supply chain, and logistics. The course level outcome 1 says how transportation plays a critical link in the global supply chain management system. The action verb used here is apply. See, when you say demonstrate something else, so you have to use the equivalent action verb. So apply means a student has to get the knowledge by doing some real-time projects with the industries that are related to transportation and logistics business. to know the knowledge about the influence of transportation in supply chain. Then next course level outcome 1.1 that clearly says that discuss the changing global landscape for business and other organizations that are driving change in the global environment. So this type of course level outcome will be restricted up to examination point of view. That is understanding. Students will try to read, work up and understand the concept and they will write it in the exam. The next last one, 1.2, demonstrate the special nature of transportation demand and the influence of transportation on companies and their supply chain operating in a global economy. Here again, we are using apply as an action verb to practically prove that how transportation influences the global supply chain market in various industries. So with this, I conclude that based on the past information, the different levels of learning outcomes used in the Bloom's taxonomy and simple example illustrations based on that, I conclude that Bloom's taxonomy is one of the most valuable tool for education industries nowadays, both in schools and professional colleges, especially like engineering, even medicine, medical colleges. It can be used in all places, even in personal learning experiences to give our best achievable results. So with this, I thank each and every one of you for attending the online lecture on Bloom's taxonomy. And this is my contact number and email ID. If you wish to call me as a resource person for your organization to give any kind of talk related to outcome-based education, I'm free enough to be there in your organization at any time. Thank you very much.